The Europeans clearly are going to come to the United Nations and try and push him to reconfirm his commitment to Iran. He's left it kind of open, and this is going to be, a big decision when it gets to Congress in the middle of October.
Right. He has about 3 weeks, I think, before he has to certify to Congress whether he believes they're complying, whether Iran is complying with the deal. And he's made it pretty clear he doesn't think they are. Now, it's a 5-nation deal with the U.S. and Iran. It's going to be very hard to get other nations to go along with any changes. They put a lot of energy into getting that into a form that all these countries, very different countries, China, Russia, Iran, and the U.S. could agree to.
I'm glad you brought up those countries because Xi Jinping and Vladimir Putin are not attending the G8 this year. Any reason why? Do we know?
Well, Putin traditionally doesn't spend a lot of time here when he does come. So he's flown in sometimes just for the day, given his speech, and gotten out of town. With Xi Jinping, it would have been a good opportunity from the U.S. perspective to talk about North Korea a little bit more, to ensure that they are doing, from the U.S. perspective, everything they can to enforce these sanctions. But the U.S. has made clear it thinks these sanctions need a little bit more time. And I do believe the president, if he hasn't already spoken with Xi Jinping today, he's expected to do so shortly.
And we have to keep reminding ourselves it's 2016 in China. They've got the election coming up, so I'm sure that's kind of played into it. And President Trump is expected to go there, isn't he, later on this year as well? So fingers crossed the timing works on that as far as North Korea is concerned. Very quickly, what about the reforms, though, that he's talking about here? Because Nikki Haley seems to have become very much an integrated part of the United Nations. So how's she and the Secretary General, who's also new, and President Trump tying into that concept of reform at the UN? Is it working?
Well, the UN was really looking quite warily at Trump when he took office. And Nikki Haley has managed to find some sort of an alliance, talking about areas of concern like the peacekeeping missions, which were heavily criticized for both not being effective and for not protecting citizens they were sent to. And that is a big chunk of U.S. contributions to the UN. So they found a way to target U.S. cuts towards troubled peacekeeping missions, and they're trying to see if there's other ways in terms of bureaucratic reform that the U.S. and the new Secretary General can work together on.